DeMeco Ryans in general. I think he's one of the. I think that the national media is starting to figure it out too. And when you talk about this team, losing Saleh is a big deal. Losing Saleh is almost more of the storyline than DeMeco Ryans, because the way Fred Warner talks about him, I'm sold. I mean, I haven't seen him game plan. No one's seen him call plays, but for Fred Warner to talk that way about someone means a lot. I mean, Fred Warner wouldn't make it up, and he's a good judge of character. He's a good judge of intelligence and all that. So I think he should be good, but what kind of a step down is he going to be from someone who has kind of mastered the craft and had more experience in him? Because Robert Saleh to me wasn't even that good his first year. He wasn't terrible. He wasn't bad, but he improved so much in 4 years. He was like decent, and then he was expert level. What is Ryan's going to be? How many coordinators kill it their first year? The dude Staley down in LA did, right? But most don't. Or defensive coordinators.
Here's the thing, though. There's a lot of coordinators that jump in, offensive or defensive, that kill it their first year because nobody's seen what they were doing. And I'm glad that you brought up the Saleh thing, because Saleh is one of the very few examples, unless I'm forgetting one and someone else can point it out for me, of a coordinator getting really slept on his first few years and saying, man, this guy can't adjust, and then becoming this good to become a head coach, right? So I think with the DeMeco Ryans thing is he's going to take his lumps, right? It's not about the personnel. Yeah. It's not about who you have. It's about being able to play call at the right time. And that's why I still stand. And I still stand here. And I'll tell you, Robert Saleh's best job wasn't in 2019. It was last year.
I agree.
Everything that he did last year.
There's a reason he didn't get hired after 2019 and did after 2020. There's a reason.
Right. After 2020, everybody looked around and said, listen, this team responds to him, and he had to do more with less. But look, he turned, Kasarik has a lot to do with this as well, too.
Yes.
Kerry Hyder was an afterthought, led the team in sacks. And he had to figure out new ways to bring blitzes and bring pressure, because he didn't have those guys who would be in the backfield. So it's going to be interesting to see how DeMeco Ryans does this. All reports indicate everything's going to be much more aggressive as far as man-to-man, some more blitzing. And that's a little bit more in line with 2017 Robert Saleh at that point. Like, that's what he did a lot more, like, having Tart at the line, sending guys in with extra pressure, because he didn't have those studs like Nick Bosa and Dee Ford in 2019. So it's going to be super interesting. DeMeco Ryans is going to take his lumps, but can he improve, and can he continue to grow? And I think that's going to be the thing to watch as well, too.
Yeah, can he continue to grow? Because I think he's going to try to keep things as similar as possible from last year, because he coached under Saleh for 3 years. They have a good thing going. They have a lot of veterans on this defense that know what Saleh was doing. I don't think they're going to change a ton, but can he grow? Is he just going to try to Xerox last year's playbook and go from there? Probably not. So I'm curious. I'm optimistic about DeMeco Ryans. He's got a lot to work with, and he may have Nick Bosa. He definitely has. I think he has Fred Warner. The extension is probably a subtopic, but we assume he's getting that extension. And if he's got Fred Warner, that's like a co-coordinator almost. It's a very helpful player to have.
Absolutely. And remember, quarterback of the defense, linebacker, DeMeco Ryans played linebacker. There's nobody who he trusts more and values more than Fred Warner. So if Fred's going to be in charge of more, I'm happy with that, because I know that he can handle it.